What's going on, everybody? This is Kevin Barber with Another Classic, and today we are going to be looking at the Andis Professional Master Cordless Lithium Ion Clipper. It's looking like every day that we're going to need a PhD to even describe what clipper we have in these boxes these days. Anyway, I really couldn't wait to get my hands on this clipper. New Jersey has said they're going to be opening up barber shops June 22nd, so that's gonna be the first time I'll be able to try it. So today is just gonna be an unboxing. I actually already unboxed this clipper. It's just the recording, I didn't really like the recording because, you know, the lighting was all messed up, and even still, this is still a little blown out, and I honestly hate that. And for you guys who have noticed, we're finally in my office, so take a seat, get comfortable. Oh, I just reached 10,000 steps with all that moving there. But take a seat, get comfortable, and then get right into this clipper. So, looking great there. Don't know why they chose a blue bag to have this thing in. Cool nonetheless. Cool nonetheless. And wow, this thing is a lot lighter than I remember, man. I'm gonna need to get a weigher thing to see how much this weighs, but honestly, this is a lot lighter than I remember. Comes with a stand. Let's see what it comes with. Got a box. I'm here trying to open it up like I've never seen this stuff before. I've seen all of this. Oh my goodness. A cord. So these apparently do work corded and cordless. We got a manual here and this oil thing, but I never really use it because I have an Andis oil thing that I use all the time. So this is everything that it comes with. Also plugs into the clipper itself, and it also plugs into the back of this as well. Now, what is this clipper missing? You guessed it. This clipper does not come with any guards. $250 you say? $250 is right. This clipper is being sold for a whopping $256 at the time of this recording. That's what I got this for. It also doesn't work with wall guards, and it also doesn't work with Barber's guards. Now, if any clipper was cocky, I would say it was this one, because this one does not give a damn at all. It does not care. And I find it very funny. So it comes with the taper blade. This taper blade is a legendary blade since it goes from the 3.0, which is typically what, say, a detachable clipper comes with, opens up all the way to a 1. So the ability to fade without half guards, like a half guard and a 1.5 guard, is like, this is a lot of distance. This is a whole lot of distance here, because that's what really makes this clipper legendary. You're really only gonna need a 1 guard and a 2 guards. And if you're a person who makes a lot of lines in your fades, don't need to make as many lines. And then we'll come down to the Phillips screw heads. Now, not only is this clipper the most legendary clipper for its casing, for its power, for its just prestige in the industry, these screw heads here are super trash for the same reasons. They get stripped easily, difficult to open. I still see they got the same Phillips head screws. And I know that depending on the clipper, depending on where these screws are located, that it's best to have different types. Like, it's very intentional that this is here and this is here. But I just wish they just switched this up, had a different one. I do understand that the first Andis clipper, the one with the cord, it had a terrible issue of you literally had to open up the guts and then change the blade from the base. And that was, the corded one is magnetic, and a magnetic motor, oh, hold on, let me get if we look at the back of this clipper, right? It says it's lithium ion battery, which is 90-minute runtime, which is dope. It charges in an hour. It has powerful high-speed motor, and it's very interesting. I want you guys to check out what all these clippers say they do, what all these clipper companies say they do, right? You'll see every clipper is powerful. Every clipper has a high-speed motor featuring constant speed technology. Like, I don't know what that means. It's just a bunch of words that are put together to say something. And won't drag or stall. Why would your clipper drag or stall? Like, it's just telling you things that it shouldn't do anyway. It's made out of carbon steel, but when you look at the Barber's clipper, it's titanium coated, which means that it resists corrosion or rusting better, carbon steel is one of the things that it would be dope if it was titanium coated, because Andis Masters, if left too long, can definitely rust easy. So you gotta make sure when you use this, you spray it often. And it works corded and cordless. Comes with the charger, comes with the charging stand and oil. That's it. That's all it comes with. We thought about giving you a little more, but no, we're not gonna do that. High control, high speed, dry hair, all hair types, rotary type motor. This is why I like looking into these clippers sometimes, because if you really look at all of this, why would you say that it has no control and no speed? Every one of these clippers are gonna have high performance, and it's interesting that they did specify that Masters works best with dry hair, even though that's typically for a magnetic motor. Rotary motor is supposed to do even speed, even torque. It's supposed to be decent with wet and dry hair, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's typically not the case for Andis Masters. Andis Masters with cords are typically a magnetic motor, cuts dry hair, and cuts 1,400 bends per minute. It's usually revolutions per minute, but now this is what you're getting out of this clipper. So this is what I will be looking for when I use it. It's gonna work very well with dry hair, and it's legendary because you're not supposed to go over the same area over and over, because it's supposed to be just your quality clipper that cuts efficiently. Just to go over some other obvious things, it's fully metal, but it has a plastic clip here and a plastic bottom part. Let's see how it sounds. What I also find interesting is when you turn it on, this light turns on. That's the same feature that this has. And what's dope about that is if this clipper is not working or not cutting well or whatever, you know when it's on, or you know when it's supposed to be on. So that's a decent feature for somebody who has an eye for mechanics. If the power isn't working well, this light's supposed to be on. If anything's happening with the light, or if anything's happening with the function, you'll be able to tell by if the light is on or not. So can't say the same for this one. Obvious difference I see between these two clippers is this one, the weight. You could give me either one of these, of course, it's a lot longer. It's about an inch. The power switches are at different points. The click feature here. Now this is the thing about, if you look at the clicks, it's really right on top of it. And it always has been. My problem with Andis is no matter what clipper I get, you see it kind of looks like this here, but you close it all the way. It's not the same. This covers the first one all the way, and this stops in front of it. So to me, these notches are cool and all, but they've never really worked to scale. I've had 3 and they've never lined up for me. So I can't really vouch for this being that effective. So when I cut hair, I always just ignored this, because if I were to follow it, I'd lose myself. This is the first time I'd be able to do that. Now, this is another difference that you'd see between these two is an old Andis Master, right? When it comes to wear and tear, an old Andis Master looks just like a new Andis Master, because it's metal. It's fully metal. A worn out metal Andis Master for maybe 15 years kind of looks the same. You can't rub paint off of this. Now, if you look at this, you already see that this is the base of this is gold and it was painted black. And everywhere you look outside of this blade, everything that's metal can chip away. I kind of don't like that, but since what you pay for a lot with Bagless is the way it looks, for it to wear over time is something I think needs to be taken note of. But yeah, this blade, everything is legendary. I like the way that Andis Masters are gonna do what Andis Masters do, but I've also never liked that you cannot adjust the tension right here. You have to take off the blade and adjust the tension of it under the blade. It's just the one thing I see that they changed here is your ability to zero gap just with the blade. You don't have to zero gap in the clipper anymore. Great job by Andis's part. But these days, right, if you want to change the tension of the bar, you can do it right here. You can do it right here. You don't have to do all this mechanical work. You don't have to demand your barbers to have a degree in electromagnetic engineering, you know? A lot of clipper companies are recognizing we want to make everything extremely easy for our barbers. So all they need to do is focus on cutting hair. I've always liked this aspect of the arm. It's just metal, everything, most things are metal. This arm kind of grips to the hand. Like they know you go like this, and then if you move your arm here, these grooves kind of help you grab to it. If you look and you see these grooves, you're holding the clipper, cutting hair, boom, 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 and then you turn it, and it's kind of gripping. You know, it's like the mechanic of this clipper, it's very conducive to ease of use while cutting. That's the standard these days. Like literally, Bevel made a clipper that you can pop off the blade and screw so you can zero gap. Babyliss is now taking the blade, you can zero gap without having to take anything off of the clipper. Honestly, if the Andis Master demanded me to take off this front facing plate in order to zero gap, I would be very upset. If I can zero gap from the top, just like a wall clipper was able to do eons ago, you can at least do that. Again, I spoke about this being a brushless motor, which has a latency when it turns on, so listen to it. Whereas this turns on right away. You know, and if that's a problem for you, that's a problem for you. If it's not, then it's not. That's the clippers for today. I can't wait to try this out and give you guys some, you know, just an idea of how I feel about it. Feeling pretty good already. Wasn't sure if I was gonna change this to a fade blade, since all you guys know I love a fade blade. Always use a fade blade. Fade blade has my heart. That's it. Fade blade just has my heart. But I'm gonna give taper blade a try with this, and I'm actually gonna fade using no half guards and see how I feel about that working as well. I haven't used an Andis Master, maybe like 2015, 2016, I don't know. I don't wanna say a number and then you guys show me a video that I posted even before I went cordless, even before I had any cordless clippers. I was actually using an Oster fast feed. I had put down my Andis Masters only for like maybe flat tops or anything powerful, but at the time I really liked the clipper that sketched rather than took off too much hair at a certain time. Now I kind of like moving through my haircuts. I know my process so well. I try and get from point A to point B as efficiently as possible. So now that my technique has improved, I gotta see how this works for me. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you're interested in entering the Barber system, which is me talking about my system, you can check out the website down below. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for staying at the Barber table. See you guys on the next one.